you mentioned technology, Fredrik. Most of the world's technology giants are listed on the Nasdaq. What growth or new opportunities are you looking at for 2022 and beyond to never stop improving and keep a competitive market edge?
Well, I think most of you have seen at least the announcement we made around the partnership with AWS on sort of moving our markets into cloud. So that is a very important step within 2022 and onwards. But that's on sort of the markets and the corporate level. I think if I zoom into sort of the carbon markets and Puro specifically, it's really these tech companies, I would say, are the pioneers within carbon removals. They are the ones that have sort of the first generation of customer that really has vetted these engineered standards. They are the ones, I would say, driving the demand for carbon removal. I mean, these tech companies are, of course, a little bit lower in emissions. They are high margin and have sort of the opportunity to focus on this. I think the interesting now is what we see in the market is really the next generation of customer coming in now. Maybe a little bit more larger emitter, but that also needs to start to focus on removal in small scale now, but they need to build up their book long term to be able to manage what they cannot reduce through carbon removals. So I think it has been a fantastic partnership that we have had with our customers, especially the tech sector, to really drive also carbon removals, and a fantastic speaking partner for us when we develop Puro into the next step of scaling up. But from a corporate perspective, of course, I think the announcement around our cloud strategy last year is a very big thing. And then, of course, anti-financial crime and the acquisition of Paraffin and our focus there is going to be very, very important strategic sort of pillars for us.
So, Fredrik, with technological capabilities changing and a bigger focus on NFTs, blockchain technology, carbon credits, et al., do you believe changes are needed to how bonds, securities, equities, futures, financial instruments are classified or priced and traded in the future?
I think we all discussed blockchain and sort of digital assets and all of that, how to integrate that into the traditional capital markets a couple of years ago. It's proven to be quite difficult because of all the legacy system and the plumbing in the post-trade and everything. The interesting part with environmental markets, and especially then around carbon markets, is that there is no legacy infrastructure. There is an opportunity here to really think from a white paper around the technical setup, which open up, I think, opportunity to use more blockchain, to think about actually building a digital exchange around ESG. I mean, all environmental markets are in the cloud from the start. And so it's an opportunity here to be not only innovative in the way we support development of the removals and the credits, but also the technology and how it is operated. So that is something we from sort of Nasdaq really look into and see how we can support Puro with sort of really next generation of technology to support their growth. Then when it comes to how things are traded, I mean, what I do think is that maybe around bond market, that sort of digital issuance will grow. We start to see companies establishing that. It's becoming pilots being tested around that. I think that is an area where we're going to see a change, maybe long term, that we're going to see more digital issuance in the origination of bonds compared to how it works today, but maybe more long term. But within the environmental market, I think we're going to see more utilization of blockchain, digital technologies than in maybe the traditional markets, because it's easier.